right now, if asteroids murked everybody, who's gonna die? The big cities where everybody's pushed together. The only people that are gonna survive this are the people living in jungles that already know how to survive out there. Them motherfuckers aren't Bill Gates. So of course, every time one of these crazy fucking situations happens, the fucking civilizations are gonna reset as a whole because we don't got no Bill Gates surviving. We got the people living in the jungle. So eventually, those people are gonna have to evolve their way back up to where we are now. And I think that's why we got structures like the fucking pyramid and stuff. These people done figured out that if we use this material with this method, it's gonna withstand the test of time. We can't even figure that out. We're fucking retarded. We think we're smart because we got cars. We don't know why the fucking pyramid lines up with fucking the North Pole or the fuck all those crazy equations they do are. We don't understand
So
none of that
the
shit. Them people didn't have
so
cars, but they knew something.
so each pyramid directly lines up north, south, east, and west. I'm pretty motherfucking sure, and
And the
each
biggest
one
one is
is,
north, right?
I think so. No. What I'm saying is like they're the corners, the edges of the pyramid, the four corners of the pyramid. They
Oh,
all
the of
line
the
up. Yeah,
of the
yeah,
main
yeah.
one.
Yeah, each one of them lines up perfectly. Each are, I think it's a, is it a 45-degree angle? A perfect 45-degree angle? Each one of the stones that was used to put in place was something crazy, X amount of tons. So there was a recent idea that they thought would be how they got it to it is that they wet the sand, making the sand very slick, and then it's able to be pulled as if it was on wheels. And
Yes,
then they
I've heard
used
that
and,
as well.
and then they used a pulley system to set and put the blocks in place. But they haven't been able to find any kind of like epoxy or some sort of I guess material that would bind those blocks together. They kind of just fucking sit and are so heavy that they just stay into place.
And they're all perfect. If you think of the weight that are in all those blocks and how many they are, how tall it is. One little thing off, and that shit's coming down, dog. Like that shit is fucking perfect, and it's been perfect for fucking ever. And now, way back in the day, or until recently, they were always teaching that a bunch of slaves they forced slaves to build this shit.
The Jews.
No, slaves aren't going to do that good of a goddamn job, dude. These people loved what they were doing. They wanted this to be a masterpiece. They weren't just trying to get the job done. So now they're like pretty positive that it was just like thousands of years of dedicated ass fucking people. So
Or maybe
whoever
it could have
decided
been
to build that thing,
they just stuck one big block there and then laser cut it from afar. See that since they have no proof, anything could have happened, man. Because I don't see it
listen,
being very feasible that
I
they use simple pulley systems with the technology that they had at that time. And they talk about all these pulley systems, and of course you can use them, but what kind of material would they have had to have in those pulley systems that could support the amount of weight, the amount of pressure, and the amount of use it would have taken for them to build those goddamn pyramids?
and listen, what you just said about the lasers actually isn't that crazy when you think about it because if civilization went to shit right now, all the people just vanished. Well, you wait 2 million years, what's going to be left? The organic stuff, that's it. It's still going to be there. It's going to recycle through. But all the fucking metals and shit, that's just going to degrade. It's going to be gone. If they used lasers to cut that shit, we would never know. We're not going to find lasers in the ground from fucking 50 years ago.
It's going to decompose. It's going to become Earth again,
Oh, yeah.
and that's another
And
thing. Look how that happens. You put it in the Earth. Over time, it becomes the Earth again. So it's not completely unless you're like a religious person, which if so, and you want to do the religious aspect on how society was created, it's a completely different topic that we can fucking shit on later. What we're talking about right now is Big Bang esque shit. This
and
is
now and now with all the fucking discoveries of Göbekli Tepe or whatever it's called, like that shit's underground. We had no idea about that, and now we're like, oh shit, people was old and smart. That shit's way older than anything else we've ever found. We found it underground. It's a giant, like, whole city we found underground we didn't know about. And it's intricate as a motherfucker with, like, three-dimensional fucking artwork on stone columns. Get the fuck out of here. Tell me some fucking idiots that barely made fire were sitting there with a chisel and could make fucking master art that we struggle to make now? Come on. So unlikely. it's way more likely, in my opinion, that we have already gotten to the same stage we're at now, or even more intelligent. Maybe we didn't have cars, but we could have had like the intellectual equivalent of this without technology, and that all the people got fucking wiped off, and we had to. And
So
the
you're a
people living
big,
in the
you're a
jungle
big,
are the ones that survived, and we got stuck
you're
with
a
their
big,
idiot
of
shit.
course. All the intelligent, smart ones, once the grid goes down, are useless. It's gonna go back to the savages.
Fuck, the savages. They're the
So
only
of
ones
course,
surviving.
like you said earlier in this, that bloodline of those intelligent Bill Gates motherfuckers are not gonna make
Gone.
it. They can't. You can't buy it. You can't buy nothing if money ain't worth nothing. You can't use the internet to use technology if there ain't no grid for it to work on.
I'm telling you, Bear Grylls ain't making it, so there ain't no way Bill Gates is making it.
No, Bear Grylls is making a bitch. You're tripping. You know, I know it's
No,
something.
not if his cameraman dies. He's fucking rude. Survivor Man's making it though. That dude's gangster.
All right, so we got some comments and something I want to bring up real quick. Another thing that's crazy about that goddamn about the pyramids is that after all these years, after all the sandstorms that they've had there, the damn pyramids have eroded zero. There's no erosion damage whatsoever on that sandstone.
And fucking Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock. I can't remember what it is, but like, there's some kind of like the base and the width and the height and all this shit. Some kind of equation about the pyramid also links up with like the speed of light or like
Pi.
force of gravity or something. Yeah, it's something crazy though. Like like everybody thinks, oh, this is just random numbers they found. The equation doesn't mean anything, but then it matches up with like some legit shit too, and you're like, oh fuck.
It's mathematically
They were smart.
A mathematical equation lines up perfectly, and it has complete relevance to where they're pointing. A and B, like Levi said, this was done over seemingly millions or thousands of years by slaves who didn't want to do it in the first place. And each one is perfect.
And the reason, and it had to take thousands of years, which tells you like there's a reason for this. They were trying to accomplish something. Otherwise, pharaoh after pharaoh wouldn't have been like, yeah, let's just keep working on this. We're gonna get somewhere, dog. We're good. We're good. There was nobody was taking over with greed. They were like, no, we got to build this. This is what we're doing. We got to get this done. There's like importance. Like they didn't do it for no fucking reason, and the fact that it lines up with a bunch of shit's not a coincidence. So I don't know how advanced shit was back then, but they were doing shit that we can't explain. So they know something we didn't know.
It's perfectly feasible that the Earth over time hits a reset button and decides, you know what, I'm taking this bitch back, and we're just repeat. History tends to repeat itself
People get
over
too
and
smart.
over again.
People get too smart, and they're like, "Fuck it, not the direction we wanted to go. We'll start over." Don't know why. Don't know when it's gonna happen. That's just the way shit goes. Like the shit with Yellowstone, with all the earthquakes going off, like. Nobody's scared of that, but if that thing blows, we're fucking rude,
I'm
dude.
dead. I'm in Colorado. I'm dead. All right, so we're gonna hit.
I'm in Illinois and I'm dead, dude. I'm fucked.
We're gonna hit the comments real
Everybody's
quick.
fucked.
Death Row Gaming in the comments. Shout out Death Row Gaming. Go check out his 7 Days to Die stream, shits like that. Kenny Brooks says,
"Do you Minecraft now?"
Kenny Brooks says, "Do you guys support the Big Bang Theory?" Kenny, I don't support shit that I wasn't there to witness myself. Everything is speculation, and if you claim otherwise, then you better show me some fucking proof, because there's a lot of speculation and a lot of shit that adds up, but
I don't remember if it was Neil deGrasse Tyson or one of the other science dudes that was on Joe Rogan, but blew my mind. Makes no sense.
No
sense. He said that one of the new theories is when the Big Bang, like, because everybody's question is what caused the Big Bang. Something had to be first. Well, now they think nothing was first and nothing was last. Like it's like a closed circuit. Like it just keeps going in a cycle, and that's just how it is. There's no beginning and there's no end. It's just a closed circuit. And once, like, because you know how the universe is always expanding? Well, apparently it's always going the other way at the same time, too. So they think that, like, once it expands too far, it starts coming back the other way. And once it's done expanding, once it gets back to the middle, boom, Big Bang. Starts expanding again.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Doesn't make any fucking sense. How do we come up with these things?
It's cool, man. Everything in life has a point of diminishing returns. And if you think about a color, if you ever fuck with like color scaling, if you take white too far, it becomes black. If you take black too far, it becomes white. At its
For sure.
greatest point, of itself, it is also perfectly opposite of itself, and that's crazy. And that
Like
works with the Earth too.
even if you take a red crayon, if you color in the same spot long enough, it's going to be a lot darker than when you started. But the fuck thing is, like, all this shit we're just now figuring out about the universe, like, it lines up with shit the Egyptians were doing, like, and the fucking people in Mexico, like, the pyramid shit lined up to shit that we're figuring out now with technology. So they had to figure it out somehow. There's no way that all these different ancient structures coincidentally line up with shit. There's no way. Like, it's obvious that they knew something. They knew how to figure out fucking the galaxy, and we don't know how. So maybe they're the aliens. Maybe they figured out how to dip out of here.
Maybe we could be the aliens. Maybe. Shut up, bitch.
Rip.
We got some more comments. We got Alkin in the comments, but he's under a screen name called B Water Homie. Shout out to the Bruce Lees. Matthias Schroeder asked, "Did you guys watch Ancient Aliens with Action Bronson?" And
No,
I'm super old. I'm like 10 minutes behind on comments.
I watched one episode of Ancient Aliens. I had turned the shit off, right? So about the first like 20 minutes, dope. They're talking about how the people in Africa were different than the Neanderthals, and then you had those Hobbit people too in Florence Islands or whatever. So they're talking about how like there was different people.
Calm down, bitch. Calm down, bitch.
Shut up! I'm trying to explain. Why you gotta be a son of a bitch for? There's different people in like different places, so it's not just like one species of human started. There's multiple, and they're talking about like how the fucking Neanderthals and the ones from Florence died off. And then they started telling me that they died off because the aliens came in shooting laser beams and fucked everything up. Like, they literally showed a little clip of fucking alien aircrafts coming in, shooting the fucking Earth and fucking up all the people.
That's hilarious.
That's when I decided Ancient Aliens wasn't ever going to go for me.
No, that could be a perfect good possibility, bitch. You know that. That's just not what you were expecting. That's not what you were expecting.
I was so into it, and then it just took a huge left turn, and I was like, what the fuck? They were killing it, dude. Spitting facts like shit that I knew. I was like, oh, yeah, I knew that. I was like, sweet, this shit's legit. And then I was like, oh, just aliens. That's your answer? How many episodes you got? How many episodes you got? Different shit where your answer is just aliens flying in, pew pew, blowing everything up. Come on!
Hopefully,
I'm pissed.
The shit winds are coming, everybody. I know you can hear it. God damn. I'm sorry the quality's fucked up right now because the wind, but Steven just said ancient civilizations was like 49 question marks. He said, shit, I never thought I'd say this, but pizza and depressed blonde better stick to talking about MMA from now on. You better stick to not saying fucking shit. God damn it, I'm getting fucking sick of you talking shit. No, he's cool. I didn't research a goddamn thing you commented, but I plan on it, bud.
Oh, my bro. What's fucked is like
we're just trying to talk about different shit. There's not shit going on in MMA right now.
What's fucked is way back then when they were fucking making all the fucking pyramid and shit. Like, everybody's main goal back then was to become like enlightened and have eternal life. Like, that was like all the pharaohs. Like, that's what everybody was trying to aim for. So they linked that goal to figuring out shit with the galaxy for some reason.
Who's to say they didn't get it right?
They might have, because we're too busy fucking making pizza vending machines.
Steven commented, all I do is talk shit with 5 exclamation or 5 periods. Well, you know what? If all you do every time is refer to me on how fucked up my acne is, yeah, all you do is talk shit, you son of a bitch. You might know who the fucking.
I'm not even depressed.
You might know who the goddamn. Why is he depressed for? I can understand that my goddamn face is pizza-esque. Well, he ain't fucking depressed. Anyway, I'm going back because I'm getting off motherfucking topic. B Water Homie says, hey, Albert Einstein wasn't the genius everyone says he was. He stole the law of relativity story from his ex-wife. He married his cousin, and he patented the Oscar de la Hoya dressing in women's and shooting fishnet pictures look.
I have heard that he was like a big fraud and copied a lot of people's shit. I have heard that, and it's weird. That's why it's like such a big conspiracy theory that like they like put Nikola Tesla's shit under wraps and like talked up Einstein. Apparently, like it was some kind of like conspiracy theory. I don't know. You gotta ask Eddie Bravo about it.
The thing is that with everyone who's credited for today, and that's how it goes with history as a whole. And I digress, but and another reason why I'm scared of the internet and how it's going is that you only know the history that was written down by a specific human being. Who's to say that human being wasn't lying his fucking ass off? The second that books are gone and everything is internet, which pretty much it's getting to that point now, you already know what's going to motherfucking happen. They're going to be able to rewrite history in live speed. Who's going to be able to say
even books? When I was a kid, that was like, before I even knew anything, that's why I didn't believe the Bible, because I was like, well, just some guy wrote it. How did we know this guy was telling the truth about anything? This guy could be a son of a bitch. You can't just trust something because it's written down in a book.
Kenny Brooks says, speaking of Christianity, Kenny Brooks says, after burial, how do you explain the grave of Jesus Christ being reported empty by many witnesses? Well, how many witnesses were there reporting him going into that cave in the first place?
And grave robbers are real. That shit, especially way back in the day. People used to fucking rob graves all the time because back then they buried you with your belongings and shit. So grave robbers were real as fuck. I'm sure there's tons of missing bodies from back then.
Yeah, but there was a huge.
But why the fuck would they steal Jesus' body? Are you trying to say he came back to life? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You're trying to tell me Jesus came back to life? How many people have you seen come back to life? Why should we believe this one story? Like, oh shit, you heard Jim from the block came back to life, dog. If you told that to your homie and it played telephone for 1,000 years, someone might believe it, I guess, but I don't know why. Out of everybody you've been known, 7 billion people on Earth, however many people have been died since you've been alive, hey, none of them motherfuckers came back to life. None of them. Zero evidence for this.
Well, none of them were the son of God and also God at the same point in time. But
well, why not then?
Well, then to explain this, how come everyone in the entire world revolves off of the time after Christ died? Like, why? What do you gotta say there, bitch? Chinese.
What are you talking about?
Jewish. What year is it, bitch? What year is it right now? Answer the question.
Is what?
What year is it right now?
What do you mean? It's 2017.
2017 years. 2017 years since what?
I don't think it actually lines up to Jesus' birthday.
2017 years since what? Google it.
Since they changed the time. I can't Google it.
Why'd they change the time?
I don't know. Google it real quick and see what it says.
Christ. 2017 years since Christ.
Just Google it. What about all the religious stuff from like Egypt and shit that lines up perfectly with Jesus and his birthday and shit? Like almost perfectly. That shit was around way before Christianity, and how come it lines up perfectly?
Oh, because it's all bullshit. That's why. I'm still saying that Christianity got the W. All I'm trying to say is that Christianity got the W.
Oh yeah, that guy that was like, "Yo, I'm the prophet, dog. Listen to these 8 rules." He got it. He was the first cult leader.
It's the 10 Commandments. He was the most legit
cult leader of all time.
It was the 10 Commandments, you son of a bitch.
I don't care how many it was. He's the best cult leader of all time. He's been dead for how many years? 2017, and everybody still believes his ass.
And also the term AD stands for Anno Domini, and BC stands for before Christ. And apparently that fucking term Anno Domini is medieval Latin and means in the year of the Lord. So they got the biggest W. But if you've ever watched the documentary on Netflix called Zeitgeist, it explains the Christianity thing perfectly. And I was really on the fence about it until I watched that, and that was kind of the thing that made me fully, switch over to saying, okay, there might be something else here besides what I know.
Do you think a lot of religious stuff comes from like DMT and psychedelic trips?
I think that way back in the day when they were trying to find God, I mean, if a voice
trying to find answers, like why is this happening?
If a voice comes to you in your head and talks to you and tells you and invests itself in you like that, of which a DMT trip would be, If I didn't know any better, I'd say that's God.
Oh yeah, so imagine you know nothing. It's like you're just on Earth walking around. You don't know
All right,
what. You don't know
wait,
shit.
real quick.
And you.
Wait. Kenny Brooks says no natural man could rob Jesus' body because the stone was too heavy for any mortal man and group of men to move. How'd they put it in there after he
Says a
died?
book.
No, how'd he put it? If that's the case, how did they put the stone in front of the cave after he died? If no mortal man or group of men could move it, because
Yeah,
Jesus
and
was already
aside
dead.
from that, who the fuck knows? Is there a fucking picture from back then? We got a little video clip like, oh look, Jesus right here. He's right here. Look, we put the stone on the grave. He back. Here you go.
And I'm
No,
not.
we don't
And
know.
I'm
You're
not.
reading a book. You're reading a story, a book of
No,
stories.
you
You just
can't.
take it as
You
truth.
you can't denounce it because that's at least they have a thought out. A thought out, in-depth process on what's going on, what happened, and what's going to happen. You don't have
But
any
it's still
other
shit
idea,
that's in.
bitch.
It's still a shit that's definitely not going down. They're still
Well,
bullshitting everybody.
how do you know? You don't have any better answers.
I know nobody came back to life though.
All right, so look about this. This is another thing I think of often. So you know how they like one of the ideas is that like our spirit just kind of floats on after we die, that our spirit ingests itself into this entity, into this like this body to move around this earth, and then after you die, your spirit goes onwards. You've heard that before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what differs us from like a dog or a cat or a dolphin? Like, why do we have
That's a good
souls and they
question.
don't?
Maybe
Does
nothing.
everything move on?
Maybe they do. Maybe.
What about the
I think it's got
possibility?
to.
What about the possibility that our
I think everything moves on. Grass, plants. If it's a consciousness, it's got to move on, right?
all right? So how do you know? What about this? Just this
Nobody
brain?
knows. That's the problem. I just think if you didn't know shit and you're walking around and you start this fire at night, and maybe you threw this bush on there, some acacia leaves on your fire, and you start tripping balls. All of a sudden, you're in some place never seen before. There's some fucking all-knowing being telling you about yourself. You're gonna come back and tell people like, "Yo, this nigga made the planet, made everything. He's got a plan. We're good."
And they said
You're gonna tell.
they said you're
And you're gonna be like,
lying.
"Yo,"
They said you're lying, and he
and
said, "All right, come over to the
he said,
crib.
"Smoke the plant." He said, "I got this fire, dog." I'm telling you.
We got Yo Adrian in the
And
comments. What's going on?
Not only that, but it also it's comforting to people to have like to know what's going to happen. A lot of people are scared what's going to happen, especially with death. And if you're really religious, you firmly believe you're going to go to heaven, so you're not worried about death anymore. And that's why like back in the day they were like, oh, Zeus is throwing lightning, that's why there's a storm, and made Zeus mad. But now we know why the storm's happening. So it's a comfort thing for a lot of people, whether it's true or not. It's a comfort thing for almost everybody involved. And that's the biggest reason a lot of people get involved is that they want to be comfortable with what they don't understand. They don't have answers.
But what if the thing
God's
could
got
be
the
is that
answers, Nick.
what's God at the end of the day? You never know. Allah, Jesus Christ, God, Buddha.
It's whatever one you believe in the most, right? That's what I've always asked religious people, and I've never had anybody answer me. I just ask them, what makes your religion right and all the other ones wrong? Nobody can ever answer that because it's just personal opinion. None of them are right and none of them are wrong. We don't fucking know shit. But since there's so many and they all follow the same story from like fucking billion years ago, it seems like a fucking scam to me.
But at the end of the day, do you judge anyone for their personal preference?
No, as long as they're not trying to push it on anybody else.
Well, we're trying to push our nonsense on people right now.
No, I'm not pushing on anybody. I just want them to take what I know and make their own opinion. I don't give a fuck what they believe. As long as they're not trying to fucking ram it down my throat. Let the gays get married.
How about
Touch your gun, smoke your weed. Who cares?
How about we go back to advanced civilizations, bitch?
What's up with Atlantis? Pluto wrote about that shit. Was it real? You think so?
That's what I was talking. That's what I was thinking earlier. Also,
it could have been. Maybe that shit got wiped out.
Steven said, what's up? Back to Yo Adrian said, Team Nicogene Talks trying to switch up topics from I made it nonsense. I'm just here waiting for them to compare God to Fedor so I can leave the stream with a smile. If I compare God to Fedor, will you fucking leave?
If it's a Sambo match, Fedor's going to win for sure.
Versus God? God created Sambo.
And And if Fedor loses, the mob's taking out God.
We already shoot our AKs at the heavens, so.
But what I was gonna say about Atlantis is maybe that shit was so old that if it did sink, we ain't gonna find that shit. Like the fact that we even find parts of sunken cities is fucking amazing. Imagine the water erosion if you're underwater. This shit's done for. The pressure and everything. There's no way a city's gonna last under there for too long. Especially the further down you get, it's not gonna last. We ain't finding that shit.
Yo, Adrian comments and says, "What do you guys think is going on down in Antarctica? You know, with that huge piece of ice that just fucking broke off and flipped away." And they said when it decides to get into a warmer climate, or if it drifts to a warmer climate close to the equator, it's gonna fucking melt and cause the world to flood.
Oh yeah, nobody cares, but Malibu is probably fucked. If that shit melts like a little bit, California's gone.
Pensacola's fucked.
Gone. Florida's gone. Like nobody gives a fuck, and it's pretty fucking serious. That shit's bigger than Delaware. It's bigger than New York City. Like that shit's big as fuck. Even if it doesn't blow up, that shit
in
fucking rocks
dimension,
into something.
And it's also how thick.
A lot of thick.
It's a lot of thick, man.
Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock think fucking when everybody got wiped out, it was because of like during the ice age that there was like 2 miles thick of ice over North America. Just think about that. Thickness, 2 miles. Just look up in the sky. We're both outside. 2 miles.
We both
thick
got
of
roof.
ice. Just a fucking sheet. Just a sheet skirting across the fucking North America.
Yo, Adrian said there's a shit
2
ton of
miles.
activity going on down there right now, and it's all top secret. A lot of people.
Oh, jeez. You gotta let us know. You gotta let us know. Tell us the top secret news, dog. We need to know.
A lot of people think it's due to global warming, which is, of course, the globe is getting hotter. But there's been proof by the same scientists that everyone takes everyone else's facts for fucking facts and don't question it, that say that the Earth has went through a period of heating and then cooling and then heating and then cooling, and it does it about every 100,000 years or more.
Yeah, I've heard that too, and I don't know which side to believe because I don't know shit.
Well, it's what has been the percentage change since our fucking emissions have increased since the Industrial Revolution. If it directly lines up to when Industrial Revolution started, and as Industrial Revolution or as the industrial aspect of life has increased, so has the fucking the amount that the world's temperature has been increasing as well. I'd say that's a pretty direct correlation between input and output variables.
I feel like it's hot as fuck compared to when I was a kid. I'll tell you that. The winters are less white.
Everyone says the same thing about Colorado. Shit, each snowfall was major down in the city, but it was only 2 to 3. Shit, in Illinois,
used to be known for like skiing and shit. Colorado was known for that.
Well, up in the mountains it stays, but not. And the city used to be a lot worse though. Apparently, the mountains still get fucked.
What about that shit going on in Russia where the fucking all the permafrost is melting and the fucking methane from the dead animals is getting up in the air and fucking shit up?
Destroying the ozone, apparently.
Yeah, apparently Serbia's fucked if they don't figure this shit out. And they're trying to bring back woolly mammoths to like stomp the shit into the ground so it stops releasing the methane. They're trying to replicate a woolly mammoth in a lab because they found some fucking fur that still had live cells that came out of the permafrost. How fucking nuts is that? They're gonna make a woolly mammoth in a lab. Jurassic Park's gonna happen, dog. But if it stops the fucking Serbians from getting fucked, go for it. Use the mammoths. I'm pro woolly mammoth in a lab.
I'd be down for a Jurassic Park outbreak.
Dude, we're fucked. How do you take down a T-Rex, dog? Just mobbing through the city, smashing his face through houses.
If he falls, he can't get back up. We're gonna have to trip the bastard.
Oh yeah, you gotta know he's coming though, and hope
get
him right.
B Water Bruce Lee in the comments, our homie from Germany, said, "How about the false moon landing?" I know you got all the thoughts about it.
So I don't know, man. I was really convinced that the shit was fake. But Neil deGrasse Tyson says the shit's real. The motherfucker's smart, but he could be a shill. I don't know what to believe, but so there's for sure fake videos that they put out as to say was real of them on the moon. There's 100% fake videos, but there's a lot of smart ass motherfuckers that say it's because you can't get the fucking tapes through some kind of fucking magnetic field coming to and fro the atmosphere. So they had to replicate the videos because there's no way to get the tapes through. That's one theory. And then another theory is we just wanted to beat Russia in the Cold War, so we was like, you know what? Let's just send some rockets up and make some videos, dog, and they won't fucking know. So that's what we did. But I don't know which one it is, man. I don't know. But there's a lot of sketchy shit revolved around that. There's a dope documentary. It was on Netflix. I don't know if it is anymore. I know for sure it's on YouTube though. It's just called Conspiracy Theory. It's all about it, and it's from like 2001. And the evidence is, I'm sure, more so today. So this is from 2001, and it's pretty fucking compelling if you ask me. Like there's a bunch of deaths revolving the first fucking crew and shit like that. Buzz Aldrin's balling out on Instagram like that dude didn't go to the fucking moon. He's not smart or nothing. He's just balling out. And hey, I can't hear you. Your shit's fucked up. I hope it's still getting my shit. But listen, if you ran a company and you had to hire a team to do a job and you got it's fucking hardest shit in the world, you're gonna go to the moon. Ain't nobody done this before. We're gonna send you to outer space. You're gonna go to the fucking moon, all right? Hardest shit ever. You got like 5 dudes and they nail it. They get that shit perfect. You're telling me you're not bringing the same 5 motherfuckers back for round 2? You're gonna be like, nope, we're gonna trust a whole new 5 people to try this. Every time, get the fuck out of here. You're bringing back the people you know got that shit done. You're not gonna let Steph Curry walk after the game-winning 3 in the finals.
Houston,
no
they had a problem. They've had a lot of problems, Houston.
Because they kept using new crews, dog.
Yo, Adrian says that it's 100% fake and that we haven't been to the moon before.
100% is a bold statement, but I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest bit if that's just all fake as fuck. You think we actually get rovers up there and shit, though? That's just pretty legit, right? There's that CGI. Come on, don't be Eddie Bravo on me.
It could all be CGI. You don't know.
Okay, but what happens to all them astronauts that they be shooting? Because we see them. You can go to a space launch. We see that shit go. But one thing that does confuse the fuck out of me, check this out. So when a rocket shoots, right, the turbo busters go off. You get about halfway up there, that shit falls off, and you kick into second gear, right? And then you break the atmosphere, and some more shit falls off, right? That's pretty much how it works.
Yeah.
Well, then how the fuck does that thing get back?
It has
a. You needed like 2 extra suits of fucking spaceship around your spaceship to get you up there, and you're gonna make it back without them motherfuckers? No way. You have to glide like halfway to the moon. Like it's like a 3-day mission or something, like 25 days. You got rocket boosters on the moon too? Come on. Like right that's like the biggest thing for me. Like it's so obvious. How the fuck do we make it back? It doesn't make any sense.
I bet there's someone out there who can answer your question. Steve's in the comments again.
I bet you it's a bullshit answer too.
Steve says if you goofs are gonna do he said if you goofs are gonna do streams off topic of MMA, you should do a full house stream. Next one, in-depth convo about Uncle Jesse. You can thank me later when your viewership is up. I don't know nothing about Full House, bitch.
I've seen every episode. Let's get it.
He said fake moon landings, conspiracies. I never thought I'd say this, but they are much more experts on MMA. He acts like just because we don't know about fighters from the 90s and the ones that fucking fought before color television was in every home that we're not knowledgeable in MMA.
This is why he does it. He just likes to be a son of a bitch, and I don't give a fuck. I'm having a good time.
No, you're depressed.
I don't give a fuck.
You're depressed.
Maybe I'll just end it all. I don't give a fuck. That's why he thinks I'm depressed, is because I don't give a fuck. But hey, I want somebody to get out there and tell me why or how the fuck we get the space shuttle back from the moon. We send some extra rocket boosters behind them or what? I don't get it. I'm just baffled.
Yo, Adrian asked if you guys ever watched the 200 Proofs the Earth is Flat video. He said it makes you thinks.
No, but one night I thought I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the Instagram page about Flat Earth just to see what's up. And I'm scrolling down this, and I'm looking at all these pictures, and a few of them, I was like, man, you know, like maybe. And then I read another one, I'm like, oh, this is stupid. But like, just the fact that it makes you think about it shows you that like anybody can make like a decent video and like trick people into believing it, man. But it also makes you realize the people that are educated, we don't know if they're telling the truth either. They could be the original people that are doing the bullshit. And they've been doing it so long, now we think the other people are the bullshitters. You don't know. That's the fuck thing. But I'm almost 100% positive the Earth's not flat. I'm pretty damn close to 100 on that one.
My neighbors are going in on each other right now. My neighbors are going in. I heard one of them say, damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel. Ask them how the fucking rocket ships get back from the moon.
Yo, Adrian says, one thing I know for sure, there is no curve. You said when you were flying in the plane to see a curve.
Look, of course you don't see a curve, but the dude that runs Metabunk or whatever, that website where they debunk stuff, they've got a fucking billion articles and videos debunking those. Like, you can go in a plane with a level and put the level on the fucking window, and it'll look fucking flat, but the level's not going to be flat ever.
What the fuck's got that guy do with anything, bitch?
Because the Earth's curving. If it was flat, the level would be flat where the horizon is.
Not to say the fucking plane's perfectly flat. Shut the fuck up.
No, but you'd be able to make it flat, you son of a bitch. You know how level works? It moves till it's flat.
I know how a level works. I just don't know what it's proven. I'm not thinking.
You gotta go to the metabunk.com.
You gotta shut the hell up and get back to advanced ancient civilizations. All right, so final. Do you think that we are the most modern that human beings have ever been? Homo sapiens. Are we the most modern society? What is your final answer for Homo?
That depends.
Not all Earth, not aliens, not any of those for Homo sapiens. Unless there's Homo sapiens that are already out there, fucking somewhere, or that we started somewhere else on Earth. Are we the most advanced? On what?
It depends. It depends on your idea of advanced. Because what if these people had the same level of intellect, but they didn't use it to make fucking cars? They used it to make fucking pyramids. It depends on your idea of modern. Just because they didn't have cars doesn't mean they had lesser intellect than us. Just because their priorities lied elsewhere with their advancements doesn't mean they were any less intelligent. I don't think modern was the good word to use, or advanced. I don't know. It just depends on what you think about advanced. I mean, we're probably the first motherfuckers flying private jets. You know, but we ain't. You can use technology today. Like, use the best technology. Use a 3D printer, a laser cutter, whatever. Good luck building an exact replica of that pyramid. Good luck getting everything perfect down to a fucking T. Use a I don't care what you use. Good luck, and watch how long that shit takes. With our technology that we think is so fucking awesome and beyond and mind-blowing, that does so much. We don't do shit. We got the internet, though.
We're talking. We can stream live to as many people want to listen to our dumbasses talk. There's 5 of them right now. Steven says, you guys say too many swear words. You got to clean up the language. Not only do I have to teach you MMA history, but now I have to run your channel too. My fee is going up, pizza. I'm going to quit responding to your stupid ass if you keep calling me pizza, bitch. Piss me off.
What? He's such a son of a bitch.
But he does it because we talk about him.
You don't got no girlfriend, no nothing. You're always on our videos being a son of a bitch. Sitting at home waiting at your desktop for the notification with your fucking Cheeto fingers. Pissing me off. Talking about
Brandon commented on
shit to us. You're a son of a bitch. Fuck B. Willie.
Not B. Willie. Brandon Rowe, bitch.
Fuck B. Rowie, too. Row your boat down the stream, dog. Gently, gently, gently.
Shut up. You know what I thought about?
Barely.
If Atlantis is there and it still exists, would they technically have an unlimited supply of oxygen if they made like a filtration system for the oxygens in the waters?
So you're telling me like the people survived and turned into mermaids?
No, they could still be in a dome for sure, but it's even said that today we've only explored like 2% of the ocean or some shit.
So hold on. You're telling
I'm just
me
saying that if you could
hold on. Are you trying to say that maybe they like put themselves in a capsule and broke off on purpose? It was like, we're outie. We figured out how to extract oxygen from the water. We're outie. Deuces. And they're in like a giant fucking capsule underwater. You think they know? You think they made something that could withstand the pressure that deep?
possibly, if we can make something that maintains the pressure of fucking outer space and can stand
Dude,
how many G's it takes to get there.
we don't have anything to explore the bottom of the ocean. Our shit gets crushed. That's why we can't explore shit. It's impossible for us right now. We can't handle the water pressure. That's why we don't
Right
explore.
now, but look, so it's a possibility
close.
that they fucked up the
It's
goddamn
possible.
the upper atmosphere so much that they didn't have no oxygen. Like they nuked the whole goddamn plant type shit. So they just went down there, had the filtration machine, a limited amount of oxygen, and they're just all kicking it down there.
How hard is it to catch fish underwater? They're struggling. For sure, struggling to survive. Good luck.
No, they're down there.
Doc.
No, they're down there hunting megalodons. You're tripping.
No, dude. Anything that lives that far deep in the ocean is fucking us up, probably, dude. There's probably some crazy shit down there. No eyes. You can't see shit. They got lights down there in their unlimited oxygen world.
No, they've developed over this amount of
They're
time.
fucked. They're fucked. They're fucked. There's no way around it. They're fucked.
This is why we don't get no ad revenues, because you just said fuck 6 fucking times in a row.
I don't give a fuck.
All right, so look, Steve says that his girlfriend Steve said that he left him last month. His girlfriend left him last month. All he has is Team Nick and G notifications. He was probably trying to. He was probably trying to tell her that. He was probably trying to tell her he was a makeup on MMA. Or fuck, I'm retarded. That he's an expert on the makeup. She was doing her makeup wrong. Or something.
Oh shit! He broke up with her because she didn't know who Genki Sudo was.
Yo Agent says there are 2,271 satellites in space, but none of them appear in NASA's live footage. Why?
Maybe they're before the satellites. Maybe the cameras are before the satellites. But apparently that is like a super big problem. Apparently there's so many satellites. Like soon we're not going to be able to leave the atmosphere because there's like a fucking ring of them. Yeah, apparently it's like we don't know how to get rid of this shit. We done fucked up. Because apparently out of all those satellites, like 10% are active or something like that. Most of them don't even work anymore. They're just fucking floating around in the fucking galaxy. But shouldn't that protect us from asteroids?
No, an asteroid's huge. It's busting right through all that bullshit.
No, we got to pile it up, dude.
It's piling itself up. We just got to shoot
It's going to start reflecting the sun and we're going to get cold. Fuck! Nothing makes sense.
Shit, winds.
Everybody's lying.
It's raining. Nothing makes sense. We just got to get real. We just got to do DMT and figure it out.
What about chemtrails?
Fuck the chemtrails. Jake Troy and Steve are going at it in the comments.
Team Jake Troy.
Wait, he said, I got no other place to go. Chris Farley from Wayne's World. Was Chris Farley in Wayne's World?
I don't think so, but he's in this movie called Almost Heroes. Hilarious. It's like a parody making fun of Lewis and Clark. Hilarious.
Jake Troy said, you never had a girlfriend, you fucking tranny. Steve said, Jake, what do you mean you fuck trannies? What is that like? Jake said, you're beyond stupid. With 50 years of life under your belt, I figured you'd be wiser. Steve said, I figured that too, Jake. The realization has come.
Yeah. Tell these motherfuckers to ask some questions. We're about to wrap it up. Goddamn motherfuckers are smarter than us. The universe is on a cycle. Our shit's going to reset. We're all fucked. Hopefully there's an afterlife. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe Jesus knows. When's he coming back?
But
is his body still gone? Do we never get him back now?
Our homie Kenny left after he started talking.
The second time he died.
Our homie Kenny started talking shit after he left.
He's probably busy. probably to go to church.
Hope so. I will say though that if you
Makes him a better person. Who cares?
yeah, Christians are much better. There are a lot of good Christians out there. If you like followed the traditional Christian standpoint, if you weren't one of the pieces of shit, you'd at least be a good person in life. You wouldn't be a son of a bitch.
The gays are bad though to some of them.
That's Old Testament. Remember, they changed the word.
Yeah.
After
The goddamn
the Old
fags
Testament
never
was the Old Testament was used for the much stricter, much harsher society that it was back when it was in play, and then they put the New Testament in.
Something that gets me is when they have the fucking passages that talk about fags should die. Like, you gotta kill fags. If you're gay, you gotta murk the motherfuckers real quick. But then in other passages, they'll say everybody deserves the chance to repent. Well, we give this motherfucker the death sentence. You don't got no chance to repent. Goddamn contradictory bullshit. A lot of those stories contradict each other, which leads me to believe that, and when they were first made, they weren't supposed to be lumped together like they are. I think there was a lot of separate stories that got lumped into a book like we do with nursery rhymes now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I personally think
I don't think people should take them as like all relative to each other. I think it's just a bunch of separate stories with potential lessons hidden inside. But everybody takes them literally and relatively.
You're saying that it's all allegorical?
Potentially. It could just be like we got stories now, like Little Red Riding Hood. And if you read the story, oh, it's a fun story as a kid. There's a wolf, grandma gets ate, blah blah blah, fun story. But if you're a fucking adult, you're like, oh yeah, this is why we probably shouldn't walk in the woods by ourselves because there's dangerous wolves out there that might get us. You can't take the shitty path. You gotta take the good path. You gotta be good. You gotta know what you're doing. You can't go in dangerous situations all the time.
I don't think that was the thing. I don't think that was the story or the meaning behind Little Red Riding Hood. But
100% is. You gotta watch out for the big bad wolf.
Jake Troy called Steve a demented beta. And Steve, I told you, bitch, you keep calling me that, I'm not responding to your comments.
We're gonna end it soon, anyways. Like
any last questions about advanced ancient civilizations, possible conspiracy-esque shits that you want to hear us make a mockery of?
They found some shit recently that's like it's like fucking gears and shit, and it dates way older than we thought the first invention of like gears were. Like a system of fucking pulleys and gears and shit. Like the inner workings of a watch would look like my chest. Apparently we found some shit with those that's way older than we thought was the first invention of it. So we're always finding new shit that changes what we think is fact now. So you can't ever believe shit because it might not be right. We might find new evidence next fucking week that proves everything wrong.
Today.
Yeah, you never know. They're fucking over there in fucking Europe splitting atoms and fucking
with other atoms.
Manipulating molecules and shit, splitting protons and making them disappear and reappear. And they're doing all kinds of crazy shit that 99% of the population can't even fathom. And we don't know. And it's every day new shit. Like, oh, we didn't know we could do this. Look what we can do. And it changes every day. It changes like yesterday, like the day before. It's like, oh, we're teaching everybody protons can only do this. And the next day, oh, shit, wait, they can do this too. Better add that into the textbook that we've already taught thousands of people about.
That's the craziest part, man. What we knew to be fact 200 years ago, sure as shit ain't fact today. So what's to make us believe that 200 years from now everything won't be different too?
You never know, man. Could be anything. Nothing makes sense. We're all fucked, probably.
We're all fucked regardless.
It's most likely that we all just got fucking lucky as hell and stuck in this super convenient spot where life gets to thrive, and we just got lucky, and when life ends, that's it. That's pretty possible. We could all just be fucked, inevitably. No matter how many good things we do as a person or bad things, or if we kill yourself, or if you don't, or if you live to be 103, or if you live to be 7, it might not matter at all. It could all just be the same fucking empty nothingness when it's all over.
Joe Adrian's saying we need to ban Steve. I'm not going to ban him because he is constructive. He says he's going to take his dogs out. If we're gone by the time he gets back, he'll talk to us later. We probably will be, man, so take it easy. Have a nice day.
Yeah, we're about to be gone right now.
But it's also a possibility that we could be in some kind of like game simulator, and like you're trying to join a world for RuneScape, and we see, oh, Earth, human,
Oh yeah,
4.3 billion players. I'm clicking on this
we could
one.
be in the we could be in the Matrix. Or there's another theory that believes like it has to do with the different dimensions, and it could be like when you're asleep, like you're like awake in another dimension, and when you're awake here, you're asleep in the other one, and that's why like the time is different. That's why when you sleep, you don't understand how much time is going by. Goddamn dimensions. Everything's already happened and will happen again, and already did happen, and it's happened a billion different ways, and all that kind of shit. Where everything's already done, it's happened. Everything, a billion times. Infinity. Infinity means never ending. Happened already. But some infinities, don't forget, are bigger than other infinities.
Steven said we suck at YouTube, that we don't give a proper introduction. He said he clicks on a stream and he hears fucking shit. Fuck. fucking flat earth. Fuck. He said they need to say hi, my name is, and clean up the language. We do need to clean up the language. I agree with you on that. But it's also a live stream, and when you join in at the point of which is happening currently. The introduction don't make no sense until after it's uploaded.
Guess
So what the fuck?
Eventually
And
we're gonna
because
get
every
intro
time
to
I
ad before. So we'll deal with that later. Right now we're just doing what we do. Get the fuck over it. I'm tired of your fucking shit, Steven. Why don't you go pick on somebody else, you fucking expert? Why aren't you getting paid from YouTube, you son of a bitch? You're so fucking expert at it. Where's your videos?
Quick curse at the man.
He's a bitch. I want to know where his videos are. I want to know how good he is. Fucking talk show host. Goddamn. Let's hear your fucking radio voice. Fucking chump.
The only reason why I haven't banned him yet, like I said, is because he does know about old school OG MMA. I don't know about his current MMA knowledge because he hasn't talked about anything that's happened since 2000.
No, he just sits there and Googles why he's fucking replying to us. It's not difficult. Who cares?
He said we need titles then. Like there ain't a title already to this video?
You're a son of a bitch, Steven. We're cutting it. We're done. Fuck you, Steven.
I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep talking shit after you leave.
Fuck Steven.
You getting off, bitch? Peace.
Shut the fuck up.
Quit cussing. We got 50-year-old kids watching this video, and he's gone. I'm sorry that your girlfriend left you though, Steven. That sucks, man. So is your fucking attitude, bitch. All right. Jake, you need to be nicer too, you bastard. I love seeing you guys go out in the comments section. You know what? I don't feel like talking about my own goddamn self because I ain't got jack shit to say. So, yeah. I'm going to throw up some live streams, some fight live streams after this once again. So that's about it. And by the way, I read your comment, bitch. Quicksand.